couple of months ago, we decided with Jacopo, Martial, Edurne to find a location to go on expedition together. It was quite difficult to find the location because Martial is more rock climber, then Jacopo is more skier, Edurne she's more alpinist that go to very high altitude peaks, and I am more mixed and ice climber. But altogether we wanted to go in a new area and location where we could maybe practice all activities.
It's windy here. It's not a place for weak people. That's why we came here.
It's so cold.
It's fresh.
It's fresh.
When we were kids, we go out when it's storm up to 30 meters per second. We playing out. Where you come to? The hotel?
No, to a boat.
A boat?
Yeah. I have a friend, Thierry Dubois, who is actually a skipper. He's got his own boat there and he's selling and providing trips for people since 2 years now in one area in Greenland that has been not explored by climbers. And so I asked him information about the location where he is. He sent me a couple of pictures. He told me, that's a good location, come, it's super nice, etc. On the picture, I wasn't sure. But so we shared that with Martial, Jacopo, Edurne. Anyway, we are pretty open to any kind of climb. So we don't have to have one objective. It's let's go and see what's there, and then we find a good spot to climb and enjoy being in a mountain.
Maybe I spent the last 10 years making the same things, climbing in the high mountains. And now, after finish the all 8,000ers, I want to find another things, different things.
Edurne, she focused on climbing the 8,000 peaks. When we focus maybe on going on new, unknown peaks, but the process is probably the same.
I think the main thing is having fun in the mountain outside, far from people, from civilization, you know.
I understand that the Greenland people, they are not stressed, and for this I like a lot because it's a theme that is Italian style. Now we're just waiting to refill the water for the boat, and then we take off for 10 days, and now we can start the big adventure.
The people who go to Greenland, we didn't need to demonstrate nothing to nobody. We went there to make a nice trip, to know each other, to climbing, and to spend a good time.
We're looking for something aesthetic. The main thing is to find a nice mountain and a nice line to climb. We are not focused on hard climbing, but we really want to do something nice. So we are looking for couloir, ice gully, ridge. We don't know. Try to find a nice line.
To go one places like Greenland that there's not a lot of history about climbing, and there's many climbing peak and many opportunities to make a new things. For one climber is a paradise.
In the world, it's quite a lot of places with unclimbed summit. But good thing with Greenland is that it's easy to organize. And because we wanted to do a short trip, for sure Greenland was definitely the good spot to go.
Being on the boat to go mountaineering, it's adding something to the experience. The climb starts from the shore, but there's something else before. And this, you don't have it in a normal expedition where you go walking. It's adding something very valuable for me on a trip.
Ouais, bah ouais. Alors après, sinon, we are just south of Nuuk in Kobe Fjord. It's a small fjord, but with good mountain, high mountain just around. Good for bad weather condition. For the beginning of a trip, it's interesting. You can find a summit or face where nobody climbed before.
Thierry Dubois is this incredible sailor. He has been racing around the world, winning some crazy races. He's living on a boat now with his own boat that he built himself.
The idea of the schooner La Louise was in my mind since many, many years. After 10 years of racing single-handed, it was good to spend 5 years in the shipyard with less sailing. When I built my last racing boat, I know it was just for few years. And after you don't keep for a long, long time your racing boat. Schooner La Louise is totally different. She's the boat of my life.
Yeah, Greenland is nice. We've seen only a little part of Greenland, but it's huge. The coast is huge indeed. And what we've seen is that some nice peaks, nice big walls for rock, for ice, maybe earlier in the season. And the ski touring is super nice too. The fjord, I like the mix of sea and mountain.
For a long time, I wanted to go to Greenland, so I was super excited to go there and to find some good powder snow and a good route to climb was the cherry on the cake.
That was interesting. First time ever, of course, I climb above a whale. Ice climbing with my friend, the whale. Start from the boat and ice climb here. It's nice. Super nice.
When I was young, when I was 14 years old, I have a very normal life, like every young people have it in that moment. And I find in the mountains something different. I find new friends, more older than me. And every weekends when I finish on Fridays the school, the best thing that I have it was go to the mountains, you know. So I think I find in the mountains a new life. That is the Cotopaxi. I think, I don't know very clear, but it was my first expedition, big expedition to Andes, to Ecuador. With us, there was a very old man, and we arrived to the top of the mountain together. And when we come back, he said me, I don't know why, but I know that one day you make a 1/8,000ers. And I remember that like a wow, maybe, but it's like a dream, no? In 1998, in my mountain club, we decided to go to one big expedition, to 1/8,000er. The Basque tradition, we have a lot of competition from different villages, no? I remember that in one town near Tolosa, some people make it already 1/8,000er, no? And we say, how people from Tolosa never do it 1/8,000er, so we need to make 1/8,000er. And we organized one big expedition to Daulagiri, one of the 8,000ers. And I remember we spent 2 years to get the money to go there. And all the people from Tolosa give us money. Money, food, many, many things. When I arrived to the base camp, I said, how is 1/8,000er? Because 8,000 meters up. So, and after I understand that when you arrive to the base camp, you are in 4,000 meters, so you only have 4,000 meters up you. But I thought, it must be very big.
Edurne spent 6 months in the base camp, some years. And when you already have one big expedition of 2.5 months, you come back home quite tired, you know. And that's crazy to have this motivation like that. And for years, because it takes times, you can't like go and climb 8,000 peaks in 1 year. It's just not possible. It's true that when you are in the summit, it's a nice moment, and you enjoy that moment, but it's more nice all the way. I see one photo in
I can remember one photo in the camp 3 of Everest. It was the sun is going down, and we was there outside, 3 of us, eating. And I remember that picture, no? Like we are, maybe in that moment we was in the best places that we can stay, no? More than in the summit of Everest.
Go for a trip and the weather is bad or the conditions are bad, you have to be patient. I'm quite patient until I reach the limit, but no, that's part of the game. To go on a trip, you never know, you can't plan. You can choose the best time during the year where the conditions are the best, supposed to be the best, but you will never be sure of the weather.
So today was still another day of bad weather. So it's like 5 p.m. and we found a super nice couloir, short couloir. So plan is to go and climb the couloir with the skis on the backpack, then ski the couloir, and then after the couloir we're gonna go to another bay, spend the night there, and hope for good weather tomorrow to go finally to the ridge we found a few days ago.
Actually, at the moment, my need is not to go skiing, is to go out from this boat, since I was sick all afternoon.
So it's moving a lot, huh? This morning, like.
We just tried to climb the middle. Now it was close to the top. It was like a small cliff. There was maybe 5 meters total.
Not very long, but full of snow. And the wind just went through this little part where we decided to climb. And I didn't put my goggle. And so I couldn't even open the eye. The wind with the snow was like...
Yeah, this is the result.
Full of snow. J'ai craqué quoi. Je me vois pas mais j'ai froid.
It was really nice. It's just nice to be out and do something. And actually, we are really lucky because now finally the weather starts to be better and better. And it's always quite unique to ski until the water is really nice feeling.
I look a lot at the people, and the physical of the people say a lot of things. The first impression of Martial was his hands, because he's not so tall man, but if you see his hands, it's incredible. You say, what he do with his hands?
I'm not a pro climber, you know? So maybe for a pro climber, it's important to be the first doing something. Then it's easy to sell and it's easier to get money from the climb you did. Me, I'm not a pro climber. I'm a mountain guide. So I earn my money guiding, going in the mountain with my clients. Then when I go climbing with friends, it's my holidays. So I just want to have fun with my friend and do what I want to do, the way I want to do, and that's it. When I went to L'Edurne to do the new route, I didn't think about the Chamonix story, about L'Edurne, or other thing. The main thing, before that I did many big walls. So, and I was really focused on big wall climbing. And every evening, when I look at L'Edurne, when the sun hit L'Edurne, then it makes like a big flame, you know, it's all orange. And every time I was thinking, oh, it can be nice to be there, you know, hanging on my portaledge.
Martial is the perfect partner for climbing. He's always motivated. And you know, the point also with Martial, we've been climbing so long together that we know what situation is the best for each other.
Chamonix, it's a really nice place to live. A big potential for rock climbing, mountaineering. If you have just one day and you want to go climbing, you can take the cable car to Aiguille du Midi and you can have fun on the perfect granite and play with your friend. Rock climbing in the valley, it's like easy, you know, it's kind of gymnastic. I mean, you know, you just have to be strong and climb and follow the balls. But when you go in the mountain, also if it's not a hard route, you need a lot of experience because you have to manage the approach. You have to manage the snow condition, the maybe loose rock. You have to find a way going up. You have to find a way going down.
Climbing is full of life because you have to think about huge amount of little details that affect your life. So you have to have all of them in mind when you're climbing. putting a protection is something critical, very important. Feeling that one hold is solid for one move, two moves, or whatever is going to happen. The feet the same. Then the line, so you have to imagine where you're going to be able to climb. That's all little details. Everything is focused on the goal you want to achieve, which is climbing all the routes to the top and coming back safe at the base camp. You know, in mountaineering, we like to do a little bit of everything. We enjoy skiing, climbing, everything. And we had one particular day which was crazy for us. That's a nice day. Sunny, just a little bit of wind, but not too much. It's warm almost. Good day to go climbing. This nice mixed face. We still don't know where we're gonna climb, by the way, but we have several options. Me as a climber, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not like a pure climber, I don't think so. Now what I like in a climb is to discover the climb, you know, to go like on site or to find a spot, see a line and go and see what happens.
When you go to do a new climb, so with no info, you are more free. I mean that you cannot be lost in the route because there's no route. And so you really have to choose where you want to go, and so I feel you're really free.
De grimper direct sur le sommet principal, de faire une ligne, d'arriver cache au sommet. Parce que si on part dans les lignes de gauche, là, les fissures de gauche, après, on va rejoindre une espèce d'arête, machin.
To discover one peak with no information on it is one of the best parts of climbing, because you see the peak from far first, and then you discover step by step as soon as you going closer from the peak, you discover some little information. All this process, that's very interesting for us. It's already part of the climb. Sometimes, you know, like a huge rock face of 100 meters is easy, but sometimes you've got a passage of 4 meters, which is super hard, and that's so little inside the wall face, so you can't see unless you are there climbing.
Oh, c'est exceptionnel. Ça va, Martial? Ça va? T'as vu comme j'ai mis des points?
Ouais, joli. Il est beau celui-là. Hein.
Celui-là était beau. Hein. L'autre un peu moins.
Tu sais que tu peux compter sur moi.
Ah.
I can see they had a fantastic day, and this is a perfect ending. Woohoo! The tough part is when they need to swim from the beach to the boat.
It's kind of rare to be able to ski tour, then to go for a mixed climb on a new line, and then go down like that, reach the ski and ski a couloir, which is kind of very nice up to the sea, and then you've got the boat that's waiting for you. It's what else? Just perfect day. I think.
I went many times for expedition with no info, or many times I went for an expedition with a target, but we had to change the plan. Like when we went to Pakistan, we had a target to climb on the Great Triangle Tower to repeat the Grand Voyage, which is for me the best climb in the world. So we went there for 2 months with all the gear, a lot of gear, and we reached the bottom of the face, and we decided that it was too dangerous for the approach because of avalanche and Sirac.
Donc voilà, on est en train de repérer une nouvelle ligne puisqu'on a changé d'objectif. Le beau temps qui arrive.
Now, in a mountain, you are always responsible for what you are doing. You're deciding to go on the left. That's your decision. You have to deal with it. You can't just go left and say, no, okay, it's not for me anymore. So that's what I like in in mountaineering, is that you take a decision, but you're responsible for it until the end.
Hein, qu'est-ce que t'en dis, Martial?
J'en dis, ça c'est le premier.
Ouais.
À mon avis, il y en aura encore 2.
Encore 2, ouais.
Et j'espère qu'ils seront un peu plus confortables. Je suis bien fatigué ce matin.
On a pu dormir quand même.
Ouais, 2 heures, ouais, quand même, c'est pas mal. Ouais.
Going for an expedition, it's hard because it takes a lot of money, takes a lot of time. So you're super motivated because the mountain you want to climb, and you dream about the project. And when you go there and when you're not able to do what you wanted to do, or even sometimes you cannot touch the mountain, that for the mind it's quite hard.
When you are in the base camp, you spend 2 months in one base camp to arrive to one summit, and sometimes you ask yourself, how many things I can do it in 2 months at home?
And you spend one day and another day because the weather is bad and you need to wait.
Voilà, quoi qu'il arrive, je suis tout seul avec mon réchaud pour faire de l'eau pour mes camarades qui sont en train de fixer certainement les dernières longueurs. Et demain, si tout se passe bien, summit. Et après, on se taille.
It's very important to have no pressure on an expedition because that brings you to some situation you don't want to face. And that's most of the time where shit happen. Accident or bad experience or things happen because you got the pressure to achieve one goal.
It's two-way climbing in the mountain. You can just go and don't think. And for sure you can do big things, but it's stupid. I feel it's stupid. And the other way, you can go in the mountain, think a bit, and say, okay, I want to climb this mountain, but I don't want to die as well. So if I feel, okay, don't look good, okay, I don't go. I don't care. If I stay alive, I can try to go again next year or next week.
Alors, copain. Alors, copain.
Voilà. 19e jour. Presque combat.
Presque. On n'a plus que 1000 mètres à descendre.
On a plus que 1000 mètres de dénivelé, puis on est en bas. Donc ça fait du bien au moral. On a mis 13 heures pour descendre 600 mètres. Tout va bien.
In 2004, I do a K2. I think it's the most hard expedition that I make it in my life. After finish all 8,000 there, I can say you that K2 is the most difficult of all of them. In K2, maybe I was more young. I didn't have enough experience. And I was with a very, very, very strong team. And I need to demonstrate something. Three years before, nobody going to the summit, so it was a big challenge for us, for everybody. And in the morning, when the sun came in at 5 o'clock, it was really very, very cold. And some people of my team say, hey, maybe we need to come back. And in that moment, I'm feeling very well. And I speak with another guy of my team, and he said, how do you feel? And I'm okay, and you? Okay, so we need to try it. We didn't calculate very well the time. Normally, when you arrive to the top of 8,000 there, you need to arrive before 1 o'clock. We take the picture, we film it there, and we started going down very late. And at the end, when we're going down, all the people go alone, and I get behind. I spent more than 27 hours outside the tent, but I have a very good team who helped me to going down. No, maybe it's the first time that I lost the control of the things that happen around me. Maybe it's the first time that I can see that I can diet in the mountains.
Voy a borrar la foto que te he hecho.
Te va a doler bastante.
¿Calentar el qué?
A calentar los pies.
Los pies, sí. ¿Con agua?
Sí.
Pero no hay problema porque...
And after that experience, I lost 2 toes because I have frostbite and I lost 2 toes, and it's not so easy to start it again. But I think in the mountain have a nice thing that the bad moment you forgot very quickly, and you remember only the nice moments. So I remember only, or I wanted to remember only the nice moment of the K2 and forget the bad moment, because the life needs to continue, and I wanted to continue to climbing.
Like a nice peak, you know, with a nice summit. We have to go a bit closer to check with binocular, but the summit is just really impressive, like very nice needle. I think like an aesthetic line is the ridge to the right, and I think the way is to climb the couloir and not to go to the little pass, which is right of the ridge.
As soon as we could see it, we said, let's go, we have to try that. For us, it's not like we want to find the hardest route, but it's to find the most logical way up to the summit. With that climb, the trip will be perfect.
Maybe before to find that project, they are very nervous. It's normal. The mountain people, we are like that. We need to find something interesting. We need to find something like give me some emotions, no?
You know, when you go in a place, when you're doing mountaineering, you want to go on the top of the mountain, to see what's behind, you know, just to have the full scenery of the location. But this is very personal, probably. Could be selfish also. It's no sense to go climbing a mountain somewhere.
Je fais un tour de bloc là. Là, reste à main. Cool!
Oh putain!
Des chambres là, hein, regarde. Donc, baffine.
Partout de l'eau, quoi.
Mountaineering is not a sport. You know, this is definitely really far from a sport. It just, you know, it's part of your life.
There's no end. It's endless. How you can learn out of the experience you can have. It's going to take a full life of of expedition.
Climbing is just a game. You know, it's nothing really serious. You know, it's just having fun. That's it.
When people say me one day that the mountain gives to the people the opportunity to be a good person. And I think it's true.